You wish.
Oh, anyway, so we were just having a thing and we decided to record.
Yeah, sometimes we get talking early and we're like, oh,
We
shit.
get carried away. We're like, we got to stop. So we were both arguing about like our clips and advertising that we're doing. Does it do better with whose face? And my sister handles all that. I'm not smart enough to do that stuff. And
You're stupid.
a little bit. Anyone who knows me would be like, but so like our different faces that are on the things get different views. So far, my face gets more views.
You
And
just had to start it out with repeating that, didn't you?
I have to.
Out of everything we just talked about, that's what you're going to make sure. That's the fact you're going to repeat. Oh,
you have to have facts so we can then build in the context around it. But the fact is, when this face is on there, they do better.
And we're talking about like 8 views, okay? I should clarify before you took this and ran with it.
Listen. The volume of love that we get doesn't matter. It just matters that I get more.
Okay, so why do you think that is, Bubba? Why do you think
I don't know. But my point is, like,
do you think people see you and they get intrigued? Like, what is that?
Probably. My God, look at the forehead on that guy. Oh my God, look at his sisters.
People with deformities always catch a second glance, you know?
You would know.
Can't help it. It's human nature.
I can't even think right now.
Got you, sucker.
Oh, it's funny. No, so we're going back and talking about like fans and how sometimes, and I've had fans of different things in the past, how fans sometimes feel appropriate to say some shit that like you shouldn't say like out loud to anyone.
You shouldn't feel so comfortable actually like saying or commenting on somebody else's. Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when we get to talk to Theo about that. I'd like to ask him how he deals with that.
I bet he has somebody filtering through his stuff for him, just weeding out all of the freaking creeps.
Weird shit. You mean us?
Because it's not just men either.
You mean us?
Us? Oh shit, I guess that is us, huh? He's never gonna see us. We're always gonna get weeded out in the creep category. Yeah, whatever.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
He's not wrong.
No. You got a point. I get it.
Oh, shit.
I mean, we are his favorite podcast if he listened to us.
Yeah,
probably.
If most likely.
Probably. But anyway, people can say weird shit, especially like when I was younger and I did like the preaching thing and I was doing more of that. I got that a lot. Like things from people like, what did you just say? You know what I mean? But the thing is, and I made a comment to you, it's like, man, because you had someone who said they commented on you, like, I could give you more.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Really weird.
Really off. Yeah, like, what?
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I was like, man, if I was a woman, I would. If I was a woman, I'd love to have that comment made. And your reference to when I said that was, it'd be all the time. You don't know what you're talking.
I don't think it's as fun as you. Yeah.
No, you're right. I only mean it for this one context because there's a movie, Real Genius with Val Kilmer.
Okay.
From the 80s, things like 85, 86. Brilliant kid at a university, he's college kid, young, like super genius, and these other super genius kids and how weird they are. And anyway, he's like meeting with his professor, and some young girl co-ed comes through, and he's just, hitting on her and throwing at her. And she's like, I'm not interested. And he's like, well, what do I have to do to make you interested? She's like, well, can you drive a 16-inch penny nail through a 2x4 with your penis? She's like, no. It's like, girl has to have standards.
Golly.
That's it. That's the comeback. Could you? It's like, what? Gotta have standards.
Yeah. I just think it would be a lot. I think you'd be good at being a woman because you are quick and clever. So you could have. I just don't think you're realizing how never ending it would be. I mean, by the time you're 13, 14 years old, you're wore out with it. Does that make sense?
No.
Men say such weird things to young girls at such an awkward at family events, at birthday parties, at skating rinks, at school.
To be fair, we say weird things to each other, as in men.
Yeah, y'all,
Yeah.
you're all, like, driven by the wrong force. Yeah, no,
Some are. I mean, it's
a
just
lot
it's just
are.
people. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the difference is women have more of a vulnerability than men, and men don't recognize that.
mhm.
The most profound thing in my life is when I read, not maybe not the most profound thing, but one of the most, I mean, and genuinely in dealing the difference between men and women, that was bringing to clarity for me was by a guy named Gavin DeBecker. He wrote a book called The Gift of Fear. I recommend for everybody to read.
Yeah.
It's a
You've
fantastic book.
mentioned this before to me, yeah.
You should definitely read it. Everybody should read it. Your daughter should read it. Your son should read it. Your daughter-in-law should read it. Everybody should read it. It's
Mhm.
it's it's important. Anyway, he makes a point in there when he's talking about like the difference between men and women. Men never think about it. When a man goes on a date for the first time with a girl he's never met, what do you think the greatest thought in our mind is?
Are you gonna get laid?
No. I hope we don't embarrass ourselves. No, I mean, shit, it's I hope we don't embarrass ourselves. Where the number one thought for a woman is, I hope he doesn't hurt me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I hope I get out of this okay. For a
Yeah.
man, that never crosses our mind. Like that's never, and why would it?
Yeah, well, we live
But
in
it
we've definitely
it's two different bases. Like it's coming from two different bases.
we're having 2 different experiences at life
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, perspectives. It's two different lives. I mean, just vastly different realities.
Mhm.
You know, like men say weird things to each other and insult each other in weirs, but depending on the guy, he may be like, "What'd you just say?"
Yeah,
Oh, I just, I wasn't thinking. I was like, that's what I
yeah.
thought. Whereas a woman, it's who knows? Like that poor girl. What is it in New York? The guy
Oh,
was,
yeah.
trying to get her
Her
number, and
rejected
she just,
him and he beat her
yeah,
ass.
yeah,
Yeah,
stomped her head on the ground.
yeah.
Yeah, she's 14, by the way. She was 14.
We do live in a time now, at least it's different now for 13 and 14, 15-year-olds than it was when I was 13, 14, 15. But
Mhm.
so you can speak up and defend yourself a little bit more. But there's another thing that people don't talk about is for a long time, if a woman did have a comeback, if a woman did clap back, if a woman, even if she was funny or not, if it was disrespectful to whoever that man was that said whatever it was he said, then all of a sudden she's a bitch. Then all of a sudden she's got a problem. And all of a sudden she's hard to work with, hard to be around, hard to that's the truth of it.
Yeah.
I learned a long time ago not to clap back as hard as I could have because it just kept the peace a little bit. I mean, I'll stand up for myself, but I don't
So,
I don't
do you
go
know
ham.
yeah, do you know what happens when men do that?
What?
They get the shit kicked out of them.
If a man
We'll
does
we'll
what?
talk shit about a woman if a guy claps back hard at the wrong guy.
Well, if a woman
He'll
claps
get fucked
back
up.
at the
But
wrong guy, she'll get her ass beat too.
yeah, yeah, but it's rare. It's usually just that. Guys are like, "Oh, that fucking bitch." Where guys, the underlying communication that men have between each other is violence. That's it. It's the
Mm.
hierarchy of peck it's the pecking order. It's hierarchy between us. It's violence. We learn it as a young age. And if you don't learn it as a young age, you're gonna learn a hard lesson as you get older. Because you're gonna come into the one guy because you didn't understand social structure. Nobody ever hit you in the mouth. You know what
It's
I mean?
it's so funny you say that. I literally just saw a video that's going viral right now, and I guess it's controversial because it's a short clip. A woman is
Mhm.
at a bar, she's playing pool. A man unrelated to her, does not know her, comes up and gropes her, and she shoos him off, and immediately her husband comes out from outside of the clip and just lays him out.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
So that's what the controversy is
Yep.
like is and I'm like, dude, I actually almost sent it to my husband and then I like started deleting because I was like, he doesn't want to listen to this work. But that's actually happened. Like that, my
Yeah.
husband is
No,
that guy
that's
that comes from outside the clip and just will lay you out. And it's just, I don't know. It's like old school versus new school. You know what I mean? Like the only
yeah,
people that are saying that's not okay are the people who hide behind social media for fighting.
they've never been hit in the mouth. They don't understand how the world works. It's
Yeah.
when we went out for my birthday in Nashville, you and your husband and me and my wife and our mother came with us,
Mhm.
and the dude that was hitting on my wife in the country bar.
Yeah. You have a pretty wife.
So I took his cowboy hat. You know?
Now what you
Because
gonna do? To
yeah,
be fair, you are bigger than almost everybody though.
yeah, I am the size of a fucking Nephilim. But the best part was he got the fucking bouncer to come over. and to get his hat back. And I told the bouncer, I was like, I'm not giving his fucking hat back. And he looked at the guy. He's like, that's your problem. Walked back to the door. I gave him his hat back. For anyone listening, I gave him his hat back.
You did eventually, yeah.
A lesson had to be learned. Just because you think you're fucking Kenny Chesney and you're as tall as Kenny Chesney doesn't mean you're fucking Kenny Chesney. Roll on.
Yeah.
That's Nashville too, man. Nashville's wild. It's gotten so much worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's hierarchy men. So like I get that. Like my wife's an executive in a male dominated position. So she deals with that. But at her level of professionalism, the only thing she has to deal with are like anyone who is demeaning. It's usually someone who earned their way to that position, right? Like they didn't get there. Anyone's like a sweetheart, whatever. That's the guy whose daddy owned the company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He literally was not taught any better. Yeah.
He hasn't been taught any better. And when I'm there, they're fucking always, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, man. She's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's that. But men, like, I mean, it sucks that women, but that's just life. Men do the same thing. Some men, I've seen this on job sites. Dudes getting bullied off the job site by somebody. And it's not mean words. They're hurting him. They're throwing wrenches at them in the ditch. They're slamming puddles or chucking rocks at them, or it's.
Well, I think
people are
that
savages.
has changed a little in the last few years because everybody's so happy to sue now, and everybody's so happy to freaking cry like a little baby. So not as many of them are getting their asses beat.
Yeah, not as many is getting his asses beat. And back in the day when I was on a construction site, like you'd see a lot of that. I had personally an encounter with a guy who was my boss. He was the foreman of the crew I was on, and we had a pretty heavy interaction. And whatever, it is what it is. Now today, I'm not a suer. I still wouldn't have sued, even if it's today. I wouldn't have sued. I don't like that. But I'm sure a shitload of people would.
Yep.
Yeah, but so would he. So it's a two-way street.
The construction company that my husband helps run back like a decade ago, they hired me for 3 months to ride around with their superintendent. Honestly, just to help him keep his shit together because he was a hothead and he was one of these guys that we're talking about that pushed it and went way too far and did shit that he shouldn't do. Like he would try to pick fights all the time. And he was about to fuck up some really important jobs for them. So they're like, we've got to do something. And I was like, I'm not afraid of him. I'll ride with him.
And see that there is the difference, right? Because like hot-headed males still, there's plenty of us that aren't going to put our hands on a female. Like it's just not. It's usually the guys who will put hands on a female or a child or will be petty and mean verbally are the weakest of men. That's a whole different conversation. But it's there.
No, unfortunately, this guy would put hands on a woman. Unfortunately, he's also that guy. He's just really a piece of shit all the way around.
He qualified all the way around. But he was
really good at laying pipe in the ground. You know what I mean? Like he really knew his shit. He'd been doing it a long time. But yeah, that was a time. That was an experience.
He was a general piece of shit.
But that was something that the company did. I mean, they were trying like, hey, maybe we could just get somebody to just ride with him and just spend time with him, talk. Maybe he's got some issues going on in life and he just needs a friend right now because they didn't want him to lose everything over him being a hothead, not when construction was filled with hotheads.
Yeah. The foreman I work for, the construction, I mean, I found this out after I left, but the construction company got rid of him. The guy who owned it was just like, enough's enough. Like, and not only that, nobody was listening to him anymore. Because not only did I fuck him up, several other guys fucked him up. And at that point, I'm not going to do what you tell me.
Yeah. Well, actually, ironically enough, this guy wound up getting his ass beat by one of the dump truck drivers at some point. He ran his mouth to the wrong guy and did not expect this little fucking 50, 60-year-old man to get out. He fucking got out and laid him out. Like everybody was talking about it. Like, what?
And by the dump truck guy, not the concrete guy. Not the fucking
And if you know construction and dump truck guys, and they just don't care. They just literally don't care.
They're not threatening anyone, and no one is threatened by them. It's like electricians. They're just laughed at.
They just slide in and out.
They're not doing the real work.
They're done with that. Yeah.
It's like you don't pick a fight with a concrete guy. Why? because he's gonna break you in half.
Yeah, because
He
he's
has
got the
nothing.
strongest hands you've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, he has nothing else going for him.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
the
he's
dump
very
truck guy.
balanced.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dump truck guy's got a CDL. He's got a real life. He's got lunch today. You know, he
Yeah.
might have a home. You know?
That was good stuff. That was very enjoyable for a lot of people though, because he really was a bully. He really did bully a lot of people,
Yeah,
and so when
but he
everybody
got
found out he
called
got
on
his
it.
ass beat by a dump truck driver, it was like a celebration.
Everybody's like, you can't be taken seriously
Yeah.
now.
Karma is real. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got no hands, man. The old guy knocked you out.
Yeah.
Shit.
It made everybody look at him a lot different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. They realized it's all talk. It was all talk to this point.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
a lot of that. A
Yeah.
lot of that.
Because he had his, like, head tattooed. Like, his whole
Yeah.
head, his face, neck, everything tattooed.
One of the as far as throwing hands, one of the dudes I know that is a fucking problem. I mean, he's dangerous, genuinely dangerous. He fucking works like a safety job. Like he's a fucking
Mm.
nerd. He's a science nerd, and you would never think it. You've met him. You've met him. My buddy, we just do martial arts at that place with I don't want to say his name, the shorter redheaded guy. Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
he's 5'5", 5'6".
No, you wouldn't see that coming.
No,
No.
he's just friendly and kind of like, hey, I ain't got no
Yeah.
problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've seen him drop fucking people like, oh, that crossed the line. Like, let's
Wow.
any cameras? No, let's go.
That's very interesting. You would not have
Yeah.
seen that coming.
No, and it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna do the man dance and talk shit back and forth. It's like, fuck your wife and your son and your pook. Like, is he dead? No, we should go. There's a very good chance he's not gonna remember.
There's another video going viral right now that actually made me smile. It's kind of like this. It's some white boy just reaches out and smacks some black boy in the face, and the reaction that black guy, and it's only using the white and black to differentiate, but he
You're
steps
racist.
back.
Okay.
Oh, shut up. So he steps back and gets excited, like, yes, here we go. He starts clapping. He and then it's like, and then he gets balanced and squares up, and you're like, oh fuck, dude, you're in trouble. And then the video cuts off, and I could never find where it goes after that. But you
I
can
think
tell by the way he got balanced, like, oh
yeah,
boy.
he knows how to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorites is it's an older video. It's some white kid doing kung fu, but he'd obviously done a lot of it. Like I mean, it doesn't matter how ridiculous it is. You've done a lot of something, so you have a default. And it was obviously somewhere in LA. A lot of Mexican kids run around. And he's one white kid surrounded with a couple others, and he's like the little kids like throwing hands and trying to box, and the kids just kind of sweep it and then just fucking around kicks the dude. And you're just like, he might be dead.
Wow.
The kid just is like skipping. Yeah, there's another good one. Again, I think it's a Southern California video just by the look of the schools, those outdoor schools that are very prevalent in Southern California.
Mhm.
The lockers outside and the walkways outside, which I get it. You have in Phoenix and shit too. Good for you. But it looks like just gauging the people, the clothes they're wearing, whatever. The kids are fighting, and this much bigger kid I don't know his ethnicity. It's just something, right? Kid's obviously very white and skinny, and the other guy is not. And he's just kind of bullying and picking it. And the kid's like, what? He's like, I don't even know you. He's just trying to talk out of it. And the guy swings, and the kid moves, and he throws his backpack down and goes, okay. Just goes in, throwing kicks, punches, kicks the kid in the leg, and he goes down. He gets up behind him, chokes him, fucking hip throws him to the ground, still riding his neck. You're just like, oh, I'm pretty sure he broke that kid's arm.
They picked on the wrong kid that day.
Oh yeah, like that kid has spent his life doing Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. That's what you saw in that moment. Like, he was smaller than everyone else, and he was obviously just kind of bebopping along.
That's so cool.
I love that. I love those. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You remember the old man video on the bus several years ago where the gangbanger dudes, I think it's a Philly video, were fucking with him, and he's like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. And they tried to hit him, and they kind of grazed him as he moved, and he got up, and just started beating the
He
shit
was
out of
like
these
an
guys.
ex-boxer or something, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, martial
yeah,
yeah, uh-huh.
yeah, like long time. He's like 67,
And he
and
had
the
that big
dude's
long reach.
yeah, and he was just
Yeah,
beating the hell out of that. And then like hitting his other
yeah.
buddies like, I want to just got off the
I do
bus.
remember that. That's really cool.
And he
I do
sat
remember
down. He's like,
that.
I warned him. I warned him.
Hey, I wanna jump to something else because I
Uh-oh.
actually went down a rabbit hole yesterday. I actually don't even know if I had to because it's all over my FYP everywhere, but this whole
You got
Amy
to ruin
Eskridge
my fun.
lady.
We were having fun. We were
Hey, we're
having a
still gonna
good
have
time.
fun. Let's talk about some weird stuff.
Okay.
The Amy Eskridge out of,
Yeah.
Alabama. What is your take on this? What's
I
all
think,
these videos of what she's been posting have coming out, and it's like, "Whoa."
yeah, yeah. Uh, so if you've been a conspiracy head for a while, you know who she is. People, nobody took her seriously when she was coming out. She's serious. Her dad's serious. She's legitly who she is. The thing I think you have to take, like, to talk about that. Do you remember the Trump hotel bombing in Denver?
Yeah?
The Green Beret who
What's that got to do?
put all the fireworks in the Tesla and
What's that got
allegedly offed himself and blew the car up.
Uh-huh.
In his memorandum, he was talking about anti-gravitic devices, parallel realities, and dimensions, and that it was going to be used to bring in World War III and false flag operations, and that we needed to address it before it gets out of hand.
Huh.
He was given a warning about something that I think he just kind of had a working idea of, but could see he's Green Beret. I mean, their primary thing is of trainers. They're usually pretty smart guys.
When did this
Um,
happen? How long ago was this?
a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so you take that into account. If you take in the Chinese scientists that have also disappeared or gone missing who are researching the same fields, again, it comes down to, is it that they're working on this technology and they all made some discovery, or maybe they don't want them talking to anyone about it. Maybe they're the people who can recognize what something is. Project
Yeah.
Bluebeam is a very old conspiracy theory that the government would fake an alien invasion, right?
Mhm. Yep.
They would fake an alien invasion to basically strip away rights and take over global control of the world. That's what it's for. People are like, "Oh, they're gonna project it with lasers and holograms." Or maybe they're gonna do it with actual craft,
Yeah.
right?
That we have control of, that we've had control of for a while now. Yeah.
It goes into the MH370, like, who made that flight disappear? Is that footage real? You know?
Which also is another what that makes no sense.
Yeah,
Nothing can just disappear.
Ashton Forbes has popularized it. He because kind of like all the research was done by other people. He took the research that was together and then put it into and he practiced talking about it. He practiced talking about it a lot on a lot of different interviews and a lot of different podcasts. And he does it in a concise way. He does it in a good way. It's coherent, it's together. He delivers it well. So it's and through that we learned a lot of things. We learned that Lockheed Martin has satellites in the sky that record all of the sky in real time at all times. Think about that.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a real thing. They're
All of the
record
sky.
all
I
of the
thought we
sky.
couldn't see all of the sky at one
They're in
time.
space and they're viewing down, and they can view the whole sky at all times.
Okay, so there is space.
I didn't say that. They're at high altitude. Um, I've never been to space. I don't know.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know. But these things are up there and they're recording, and they're recording in multiple different layers. And at the time that MH370, which was a while ago, went missing, they were doing that, and they've been doing it for a long time. And then they did all these different thermal graphs and overlays, and you can see that when that flash happens, it's not an exothermic, it's an endothermic event, right? So that means it
Mhm.
didn't produce heat, it took heat away from the area. And when you see the orbs go through the clouds, they move the clouds. The clouds move and react to them. When that air disappears, like when that thing flashes and goes, you can see the clouds around it contract or expand and contract towards that center. That means
Hmm.
space disappeared from there. It was removed. I don't know what that is. I don't know
That's
what that is.
wild.
Uh, was it someone else or was it us? it was the United States government, that's a hell of a flex to show to the rest of the world. You can keep pushing your buttons, but if we can do this, we can do this to you anywhere.
Yeah.
There were 20 scientists that were working on various U.S. government projects, patented projects, all kinds of clearance. You can go look up all that. But they were working on superconductive metals, superconductive materials, next generation kind of science stuff. And yeah, so they're gone, and they took out all those other people. So the question is, would the government kill a couple hundred other people to get rid of 20? Yes.
It's just crazy to me because this is everywhere right now. Like, everybody is scrambling, trying to figure this out. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's paying attention. So what is so important that they would risk what they're doing right now? That they would risk this? What's more important than bringing on the attention of all these missing scientists?
I don't think so. One thing I've learned about conspiracies, they don't really reach as far as you think. To
What do you
us,
mean?
yeah. To us, we're the minority. We're the minority of the population that are paying attention to this. Go ask someone at the grocery store about it. They don't know what you're talking about. How many of your kids know about it?
Yeah, I don't talk to my kids about this stuff.
Well, try, and it's specifically about this, and see how many know. They won't know. The reality is, like, yeah, millions of people know. Cool. There's hundreds of millions of people in the United States.
Yeah.
No, nobody listens right now. When we're talking about this, the thing you need to understand, we're like John the Baptist in the wilderness. We're the crazy person eating honey and locusts that everyone thinks is insane. And
I'm
you're
okay
saying,
with
listen,
that.
the government has technology, like they're lying to us. The Trump assassination, this last one that tried to happen, it's all BS. The videos you're seeing are AI generated and altered in real time. He knew it was coming. This was a setup. That guy was an IDF soldier, which he was. Like, and he did all of this to try, because right now there's litigation stopping him from building the new ballroom. And I spell ball with BAAL. The new ballroom. Yeah. Which is, if you look at the plans for the ballroom Trump wants to build, is a replica, one for one, of the Temple of Solomon that was in Jerusalem until it was torn down. Which in Revelation says will be rebuilt, and the beast will stand from it and declare that he is God.
That's wild. Scary.
I mean, it is what it is. I think it's people trying to force prophecy, which is just as scary. It's hubris, you know. Yeah.
That's what I always think about the Simpsons. I know that sounds stupid, but when they pull out an episode and they're like, look, here's this congresswoman and here's this senator, and they're both wearing exactly what they were wearing in a Simpsons episode, it makes me go, so did they watch the Simpson episode and decide to wear that? Or where's the chicken or the egg? What came first here?
I think a lot of things are interesting. I think the people are interesting. I think the people you see behind the president and on these national stages are interesting. Some of them don't even look human anymore. As you know, high definition video and all this gets better and better, you're starting to look at people and go, whoa, you don't look right. All right. Do you know what the uncanny valley is? The uncanny valley is a phenomenon that happens in everybody. We all have a reaction to things that look human, but we know are not human. And for all of us, it triggers fight or flight. It's like when you see a mannequin at a store.
And something doesn't feel right. No, it's the lady on the plane that said, that motherfucker right there is not real.
Yeah. And then when she came out talking about that, when she came out talking about that, it didn't even look like her.
Oh, she retracted oh yeah, you're right. It did not look like the same lady. You're right. Yeah.
Because the first lady was like, wow, she's a beautiful woman. And this next lady's like, you look at her and you're like, something's off. Something is off.
They did her hair different and down, and they did stuff different, but
you look similar. But it's that thing. And the thing is, trust your gut. Your gut ain't lying. Like, the uncanny valley is in all people. It doesn't matter where you are. It's in all people. right?
Mhm.
It's there for a reason. That means there's something that looks like people that we have learned to avoid and have natural fear of, that they're not people. They look like people, but they're not people. Um, it's interesting. Why does that exist? Everywhere.
Hmm.
Born into us. And when you see that, everyone has the same reaction. First word comes to mind. I don't know. Dangerous, evil, wrong. Same way when we look at these AI robots. Oh, they're so cool and saviors. Everyone's like, gives me the heebie-jeebies. You know what I mean? I want no part of that. That's not
Mhm.
it's not real.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. So when it comes to the anti-gravitics and things like that that she's working on, this next gen tech that all these people are working on, why would, if you're working on a project, and you're going to come up with the latest, I don't know, seatbelt safety, car safety device, right? Your company makes the next car safety device. Do you, and this is going to be like game changing for the car industry.
Mhm.
Would you kill all the engineers making it?
Well, no, not if it's you have
Okay.
the patent?
Yeah. Yeah. You
No.
wholly own it globally. No, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
No.
that's not it. Because we're not worried about them telling anyone else, right? That's not it. Okay. Then what is it? No, keep going down the thought. Maybe it's not a new safety device. Maybe you've been saying that your seatbelts are really, really safe and they save lives, and all these engineers at your firm who are doing work on seatbelt safety have realized, oh, they don't save any lives. They're pointless. This is a lie. You've actually caused it. It's killing people. Now, do you kill those engineers? $100 billion company. Yes. So what if everyone working on anti-gravitics and alternate dimensions in reality? Well, there's some stream here that connects. And maybe it's something so big that it's not, oh, what technology are they hiding? I don't think they're hiding technology. I think they're hiding a truth. And the evidence of that technology exposes a lie.
So you think it's more likely that they've taken these people, offed these people, whatever they've done to keep them from speaking, as opposed to the theory people are coming up with that they've not really offed them, that they have them all and they're using them for what they need them for, whatever.
They could. That I mean, they
That they
could.
need the
They
brightest
found
mind,
bodies though. Like not
you know?
everybody's just disappeared.
That, that show Paradise that came out has a lot of people, of course, every time a show comes out, people start thinking how everything could go that way, and there's a lot of that right now. They're all underground.
So there's an author named J.L. Bourne. He wrote Day by Day Armageddon, a series of zombie novels. He also wrote Trilobite, which is a fiction of AI taking over. He was a former U.S. naval officer. He, in his very first book, Day by Day Armageddon, which he wrote when he was on deployment, very good book. It's written like a journal form of a zombie apocalypse. Pretty short. It's good. It's interesting. It's an interesting take. And at the very end of the book, there's like post credit kind of thing going on, and it talks about someone underground watching everything happening, that they like during the Cold War, like just after we bring the Germans back, we knew that nuclear war was going to happen and we needed to make sure we had a breakaway civilization. So we started then building underground cities that we controlled everything, and people, and at that point, technology there hasn't been hindered. It is a breakaway civilization. It is a true breakaway civilization. And they're like monitoring the zombie thing. And he just kind of hints at it. The reason I bring up why is this guy's book that nobody's ever heard of, or not a lot of people have heard of. I'm not going to be that. Not a lot of people have heard of.
Yeah.
Like, right? Because he was one of the first naval officers to join the Pentagon's UFO supernatural research team when it was formed in the 90s, when they were looking into Bigelow Ranch. He was on the
Oh.
ground for all of that. He was in it the whole way. When he was writing this book, he had that kind of knowledge.
Changes the perspective a little bit on
It
what you're
changes the shit
reading.
he's saying.
Yeah.
Same thing when you look at who's the guy from Blink 182 who got into all the UFO stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember his name. I'm not good like
I
that.
can't think of it. Yeah. Anyway, he did a whole big company. He was going to try and do this. Remember, he had launched his whatever aerospace company to the Stars Academy, right? And they were launching books, so I read the books and Secret Machines and all that. And one of the things they talk about is not that it's alien technology, is that it's stuff that they found here, things that have been found, things the Nazis had found, things that
Yeah.
Americans had found in this war and this machinery. But there was also talks in that book of a scientist there who ends up going underground to work at different research. And the researchers there at those labs talking to her, trying to tell her that, hey, we're all on lockdowns. But there they have anti-gravitic devices, and the security personnel and their families live down there, and they live better than anyone on the surface because they have unbelievably advanced technology and endless resources, and they live in a breakaway civilization. So from them to us, we are alien, or they're alien. You know,
Yeah. Well, that kind of goes, all right, if you take that and you expand time out thousands and thousands of years, it kind of lines you up with all the shit that Amy Esker just said about the P-47s and the P-52s. If we are a civilization that goes underground and stays underground for thousands and thousands of years, we absolutely are going to look different. We
yeah.
absolutely are going, our appearance is going to be so much different.
In the Amazon, they met some, low contact tribes. Tribes have met a lot of people, and one of the contactees, and this is online as well, you can go find it. It's a video of a guy, and he shows him a picture of a gray alien and asks him what they think they are. Have you ever heard of this? Ha ha ha. And they're like, oh yeah, we know who those are. And he's like, sorry, what? They're the ant people. They come from underground and they take us. You have to stay away from certain areas with caves. They come out of the caves.
See, they know what's up because their government isn't hiding it from them.
Well, they
They
don't
don't
have a
have a
government.
government to
They're
hide their,
uncontacted indigenous
yeah,
people who are trying to survive and not get eaten.
yeah, that's what I
You
mean.
know?
There's no anybody in the middle of
Yeah.
what they've
Well, same
learned.
reason all our national parks are over massive cave systems where people go and disappear at.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe it's not that. Maybe it's unconscious. But okay, say they're alien, or they're us from 47,000 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they eating people?
Are they eating
There's
people?
cows up here. Yeah,
Are
that's
they
exactly
eating
what the
people?
amp. That's what yeah. That's what all the tribes
Well,
say.
maybe all the Epstein people win. I don't know.
See, that's
Maybe
the
in
other thing is
47,000 years from now, we lose and they
that's
win.
well, that's why I turn away from that, and I don't think it's accurate. I think that's part of the deception. So, like, if you read a top secret document brief, there's going to be mostly the truth, but there's going to be inconsistencies and lies that they put in it that seem poignant, but it's not going to affect whatever you need to know. And it's going to seem so poignant and so like just kind of out there that when you retell the story, that will be in it. And when you retell the story with that lie in it, they can then track down where the docket was that lied, right? But it's also for misinformation. It's
Okay,
compartmentalization.
so what are you saying? For what? What's your example?
Why do
Tell
we
me
think
what.
they're from 47 or 57,000 years ago?
No, in the future.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, future password. Why?
I don't know. I'm not the
No,
one saying
that's
all this shit.
so that's my point. Yeah. It's but think about it logically. If they have that technology, why hide? Well, you don't want to affect the timeline. You've already affected the timeline by coming back, at least as we understand time, unless time moves in a way that we don't understand. Um, and then that brings other things. Maybe they're not time travelers at all. Maybe that's a really good disguise. Maybe that's just another lie. Because here's the thing: all the people at the top. Tucker Carlson just did an interesting conversation when he was talking to Russell Brand, and he had said something that I'm kind of amazed. He said that all the world leaders he has met, to a man, every one of them, and he met a lot of them, they're all devoutly religious people. They're devoutly spiritual. That's something to take in. He's like, all of them, like they're practicing. Now, they may seem like they're secular or, that everything's, but they're not. And something else he said was interesting. The thing you have to take away is they don't believe in the God you believe in, probably. He's like, they believe they are put there by forces. And he's like, the only thing you can attribute it to is that they practice witchcraft. And they make appeasements, they make atonements, they make sacrifices because they believe they have been put there. So if you're going to, and that's the truth too of our most powerful executives and CEOs, they're way into that stuff in specific branches of it, as is AI. The AI people who are all future and technology, outside of Elon Musk, and I would bet even him, when you get into some of the look into the other stuff like the Basculus, and you start running down those things that him and Grimes were involved in. But they believe there's another consciousness reaching out and talking to them from somewhere else, and that they have to pay tribute to it. They have to give it amends. It requires sacrifice. The discovery of DNA, one of the key researchers in it, he dreamt of it. He said it was given to him, the understanding of the helix, of how the DNA strand works. JPL was in Jack Parsons laboratory, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, foundation of NASA, right? And most of our hard physical sciences, was an occultist, a practicing true occultist, doing sex magic rituals and sacrifices in blood to talk to beings and deities and demons and devils, to make deals and to gain secret knowledge. In the emails of Hillary Clinton, she talks about making sacrifices in her backyard to Moloch,
So
a
we're not
Babylonian deity.
we're not like in a war for like time travel, or
We're in a war for our
or
souls
we're in a spiritual warfare.
every day. And these people at the top, if they believed it was time travelers, that's the things they would be talking about. If they believed it was alien civilizations, that's what they would be talking about. They wouldn't be talking about Babylonian gods. They wouldn't be talking about Samaritan gods. They wouldn't be trying to find these bodies to try and resurrect them. They wouldn't care about blood. They'd care about technology and science and 0-point energy to move through that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about, we got to pay a blood sacrifice. That's what it costs for me to be present. I have to appease my demon god. That's why we are at war. It's why America is always at war. We are always sacrificing blood.
So has there ever been a time of peace, or will there ever be? Is it even possible?
No, that's not the way of the world. I mean, so you understand my view of all of this is one viewed by my belief in Jesus Christ and God and how I view that. Right? I don't have a secular viewpoint on it. I understand an occult viewpoint on it, just because, but it isn't the one I hold. And the one I hold, when I look at it, the person that I studied and followed did not go and speak to the leaders of the world or the governments. He spoke to the people. To the people, because this is just a time and it is a passing thing. The great tempter, the great accuser, Satan, took Christ. He tempted him 3 times in the desert, right? Once when he was starving because he was a man of flesh, once for power, and then, once to tempt God of his own flesh, you throw yourself from here. He took him to the high place of the temple, which also throws out, holy ground they can't walk. He took Christ to the temple, took him to the top of the temple so he could see the world. So obviously Satan didn't give a shit holy ground, but he also offered him all the kingdoms of the world. I don't think it just meant then. I think he meant all of them. And Christ didn't say, you don't have these to give, only my no.
Wait, can I ask you really quick? All the kingdoms, are those inside or outside the wall?
Sure. All. Yeah, but I mean, it's all. It's all. And that's not what he was here for. He isn't here for earthly things. The ruler of this world, in my belief, is evil. It is his world. For now. And if you want to be in power, you want to be in charge, show me one player. Look at France. Look at any of these countries. The blood that's on these people's hands that have gotten there.
France is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. The history is horrible.
And the more you look, the more it gets
bad.
worse.
Yeah, the more you learn, the worse it gets. Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you try to understand why is this like this, you're like, oh God, it just gets worse and worse.
It just gets worse and worse.
I mean, the catacombs alone, good God. They're literally a city with millions and millions of dead bones under their city streets. Like,
yeah,
good God.
Yeah, it's built on death. It's, and I mean this, and I genuinely mean this. I think we're finally coming to a time that if you don't have Christ, I mean that, you're not going to be able to understand what's happening. You're not going to be able to understand what's happening. It's not going to make sense. You just got to be led astray into nonsense.
You just won't see any of it.
You can't. It's
like you said, a lot of people aren't seeing anything right now. They don't know anything.
No, it's amazing too, like, if you ever seen a street preacher and he's preaching, for some people it's, "Man, why is that guy gotta be so loud and irritating?" Some people give him a fist pump, "Hey, man," the fields are ready to be reaped
Yeah,
and the workers are few. Have at it, brother. And then some people lose their shit and attack.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, they respond like they are being attacked. It's because it's the word
They
of God
respond
and
like
they weren't it's being
they're
put on them.
they're
Yeah.
being puppeted. And they may not even understand it. Usually they don't. They look back and like, I'm ashamed of how I responded to that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not me. And anyone who's been in like have a haunted house, or if you've ever been around possession cases, a lot of times they don't remember. Like they're ashamed of how they acted. They're ashamed of how they acted. The influences and things like that that come on people. But I believe that I believe we're already in that time. I believe we're already in that time. That is, if you can't see what's going on, then you're. I'm sorry. You know, Israel, like it's whether it's the
Yeah.
Israel thing or it's Iran building an effigy of Baal, and then you got Netanyahu coming out and saying that's a direct attack on Israel. Thank you for confirming. I appreciate that. And then you got people in America trying to rebuild the temple in DC. Uh,
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I hadn't even heard that.
that's the ballroom. The ballroom is the ballroom Trump's trying to get built is a 1-for-1 of the Temple of Solomon. And in Revelations, the temple will be rebuilt, and the Antichrist will stay there and say that he is God.
Who's our Antichrist?
Don't know.
When
Don't
is
know.
that when he's supposed to show himself? Because so many people are always saying it's this person, it's that person, and it's constantly changing. Every other year
Yeah,
it
I mean, and
changes.
it's like, so Christ says nobody knows the time.
They thought it was
Nobody
Elon
knows.
Musk for a long time. A
No,
lot of people were saying it was Elon
I don't think
Musk.
it's Elon Musk. Uh, Nobody knows the time. That's what Christ says. Not even Christ. He says, not me, not the angels in heaven. Only person who knows is my Father. That's it. That's it. The problem is Antichrist isn't just a person. I mean, I believe it is a person, but it's also I'm going to get esoteric, an operation of spirit. It's something that already exists. It's always been here. It is here. And it's driving people to do madness. That's why governments go to war. That's not God. It's not Christ. It's madness. God said that we are made in his image. For me to go to war and decimate a people, I've decimated the face of God. What did I do? Like, this isn't what we're here. We're here to love one another as we love ourselves and love God above all others. And that's how we're supposed to move forward. He doesn't give us anything about governance. As far as it goes, he goes, render, like when they talk to him about taxes, render unto Caesar what is Caesar and God what is God's. Everything is a disregard of the government, because one thing throughout history is governments change. Little tin pot people who believe they're powerful rise and fall and rise and fall. And if we allow our lives to be driven by these people who are morally bankrupt, who are spiritually bankrupt, who are so corrupt they will do anything and sell anything to get to the top, I'll pass. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mind my business with my family and my yard, and for me and mine, we will worship Christ and God in this house, and we'll move forward. Everything else that comes. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
But I can love my neighbor as myself, and I can love God above all others. I can try to show more grace and compassion than is shown to me. That is the
Yeah.
only way any of the madness stops. And there was a time when I said those things, but I didn't necessarily wouldn't be my first go-to. And I got to be honest now, if you come into my house in the middle of the night with a gun, I'm going to repent. I'm going to feel bad that was, but I'm going to mop you up at the same time, like
Yeah.
but I can try, and I'm
Yeah.
trying. For the life of me, I am trying. But I can also, that's my yardstick. Those teachings are the yardstick of which I judge everything now. And I take it more seriously now at this point in my life than ever before, not just because I have kids and a family, but because of the things that have happened to me and the things that I've seen and the things that are unfolding. I don't know. I don't know what comes next. All I can do is have faith that it's going to be all right in the end, and that I'm only here for a little while anyway. I'm only
Mm.
here for a little while anyway. And the argument I would have with people in the past would be, at least atheists and atheists are just hurt people. That's all that is. You have to have more faith to be an atheist than you do to have faith in God. For me, I just have to believe that God exists and everything was built. For an atheist, you got to believe in a lot of miracles. That's facts.
Yeah.
I just try and do the best I can. That's all I can do, and understand that this is temporary. It is temporary, and if these things didn't matter and they weren't real, so much of our society would be trying to convince you that it's fake. You wouldn't have to convince anyone. That's the thing, is if you don't believe in these and you don't think they're real, why would you ever waste a breath of your life arguing with anyone about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. If Neil deGrasse Tyson really didn't why would you ever reference flat Earth? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Why would you ever bring it up or joke? Why?
Mhm.
If it is such an intellectually flat thing that goes out, I'm not a flat earther, but if it's such an intellectually flat thing, why reference it? Why waste any breath on it? You only give it power.
Mhm.
Why is so much of the media and everything trying to convince us that these things aren't it, and it's secular and it's science, and
Well, fear keeps us in a place.
always has. But scientism is what they're using now. But the thing is, what I see now is scientism is finally failing. People are returning to one side or the other in ways they've never done before. And I think that happened when Charlie Kirk died. I believe Charlie Kirk was a martyr. I believe he was martyred. I mean, we had an earthquake. They had an earthquake there. And in the Bible, it tells you the ground will call out, the earth will call out for the blood of the martyr. And after that, there were waves of kids getting baptized in college campuses and in fountains, and pornography for the first time is on the decline. Alcohol is down the decline. It's not selling. The tax revenue's down. Things are changing.
Yeah.
And so that just means both sides are going to get more polarized, which is bad and, to be honest, good. You need to know which side of the fucking line you stand on.
Yeah.
That's it. Grab your shotgun and walk to your side. On the count of 3, we all shoot. See how it plays.
Red Roses, Red Rover.
Yeah, send the atheist over. Clothesline that guy.
That was such a fun game.
I love that game.
You would never let kids play that game anymore. I guarantee they don't get to play that game.
No, they don't get to
There's
play
no way. We lived for that game.
I love Red Rover.
I love Red
dodgeball.
Rover too. I wasn't very good at dodgeball, if I'm being honest. I wasn't. I'd like to think I was. I usually hung in there for a while, but I was always mid game. I got hit.
Yeah,
never
that's good.
lasted.
Hey, you're in there. You're in there playing. You're in there playing.
Yeah, because I'm an athlete. I can move,
Yeah.
but I could never hit a moving target. I could never get them. I would always get out. I'd be focused on somebody and then get hit in the side of the head. That's how it goes. That's the game.
I like dodgeball. I was good at dodgeball.
Yeah, I like to watch all the boys play. My grandkids play. I like to watch it, but
we'd light each other up, man.
Red
Especially when you get
Rover,
to high school. Ugh.
I think I would still play Red Rover.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Come on, man. You and all your buddies on a Friday night? Yeah,
No.
you would.
Nope.
Come on.
No, because
Well, maybe not with that one buddy you were just talking about that'll lay you out.
The Red Rover's all about mass. That's all that is.
And you got to be able to hold on to that person.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. You get amazing grip strength, but when I hit you at full steam, your shoulders are coming out of your sockets. Everybody's going to the hospital.
That used to be one of the funnest things, just deciding which two people you were about to go through. And then you zone in, and this is
that's
it.
My bitch.
And then they go, oh God, she's coming at us. Hold on tight,
Yeah, we stopped playing that in 7th,
They don't know what they're missing. Yeah,
I was good at it because I was so big, in 7th, 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I was adult sized. So I loved that game. Here comes a grown man running at the kids.
I was good because I wasn't scared.
Yeah,
that's why I was good. You couldn't be scared in that game. You had to
No.
commit.
Yeah.
You had to
Yeah, you had
commit.
to be there for it. Yeah, you had to
Mhm.
be there for it. Even if you're the last 2 there, hold
Yep.
tight. We're gonna
Yep.
hold fast and we're rebuilding the line, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to do all kinds of shit they don't do anymore.
No.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, our junior high, coach there had boxing gloves and headgear.
Lord.
I'll never forget that. Like, old school ones, like, because the school we were in before they went to the new junior high, like, so our 6th grade was in the old high school from the '50s,
Mhm.
and, yeah. He's like, "Look at these. You
Hey,
boys wanna go?" I'm like,
you know
"Sure."
you know another one I think they don't do is, tetherball.
Do they not
We
do
always
tetherball?
had tetherball, but
Oh,
that ball come around and it would fuck you up.
I
I
haven't
bet
seen a
that's why they
tetherball
don't
in
do it.
forever. I think you're right.
Yep, and you could, hurt your fingers on the string too if you
Hell yeah.
hit it wrong, but that was a fun one too. I've spent years where the whole recess was nothing but tetherball.
Tetherball.
And
Yeah.
then you
The
stayed.
a
Back
line
then, nothing
playing,
was
winner
fair.
stays.
"Fuck you, if I win, I stay. You
Winner
gotta beat
stays.
me or I stay here all recess.
That was the line.
I'll take on every one of you." Yep.
Same thing with
It was fun.
Foursquare. Kept moving up to the top, trying to bump
Yep,
that top guy
yep.
so you could get a new
Isn't
player in.
that isn't that
Yeah.
crazy how I mean, just the mindset that we have that's changed so much where everything has to be fair. Everybody gets a trophy now. Since then, since everybody
Not
gets a
my kids.
trophy, everything's changed.
My
Yeah.
kids know life's unfair. I help remind them of that daily.
I mean, I tried to do a good job of that with my kids too, but then then I had that big gap, and then I had one more, so he's on his own. He doesn't have a bunch of little siblings his age, and then he's on the spectrum, so I don't get to be as mean as I was with all the mentally healthy ones. I really
I mean, you could be, but it just isn't right.
I get in trouble now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Somebody always watching now,
yeah.
I gotta
Damn
watch
cell
what I
phone cameras.
say. That's what I used to I think one of the worst things I've ever said out loud was, as a probation officer in front of the entire waiting room of people, I had to give somebody a drug screen, and this girl said something really stupid, and I said something about being a crackhead,
She was a
and
great kid.
there was no, she wasn't, but the guy behind her sitting in the chair was. He was next up, and I was like, "Donnie, I'm really sorry I said that crackhead joke out there. I didn't mean anything by it. I apologize. I was wrong for that."
I'm used to it. I'm a crackhead.
Yeah. He's like, "If you got some, Miss Wood." "No, you can
Make it
make it right.
all better. Make it all better.
If you've confiscated anything lately, I'll take it." Gosh.
It's I do. My heart goes out to a lot of the bottom of society that just gets overlooked. A lot of those
I think
people.
about it a lot. I think about,
I do too.
manifestation. I think about choices. I think about where we spend our time within ourselves, within our mind during our days, how that affects the world that we're living in, our reality. We got alfalfa going on? I can do it too. Mine's broke.
No, I don't know. You know, you are what I believe that you are what you dwell on. You are what you consume, you are what you think. That's not just food,
That's what I
that's your
mean.
entertainment, yeah,
Yeah.
it's good effect. Who do you surround yourself with?
And that's what I think sometimes when I see an older person who's clearly struggling. Maybe I'm at Walmart, okay? I see a lot of them at Walmart. I'm at Walmart and I see somebody struggling and I instantly feel bad. And then I stop and I think, and it's like, it's not my place, but I'll just be guessing what their life must have been like, or, just trying to, I don't know,
Creating
make
a
it right in
backstory
my
so you can judge
mind.
them.
Not to judge them in a bad way, but to understand them and to almost make excuses for them. Like
Yeah.
I look at somebody and where I want to be like, why are you wearing those sandals right now? It's 20 degrees when I and stop. Instead, I stop and I go, I wonder how many pairs of shoes you have. And I
Mhm.
wonder if they fit you and if that's the best choice you have. And I wonder what led you to this in life. You know what I mean? Like, were you just given a raw deal right out the gate? Or did you make a bunch of bad choices to get here? Were you a horrible mother and a horrible grandmother? Or are you the nicest person I would ever meet and I'll never know?
Yeah.
My mind does that with so many people and it's silly, I guess.
No, I don't think it's silly at
But
all.
I don't know.
Before we started this, I was watching this quick reel, and it's this guy, and it's I don't know. I have no idea who this man is. And he's sitting there And the thing, and it's real. And he's like, I wonder sometimes why I keep going on, and I keep pushing. And he's like, because I have an angel waiting for me every day when I get home. She's in the garage before I'm in the garage. And he hits the garage button, it opens, and he pulls in, and it's his daughter hanging out the door, waving, and she's bouncing up and down for daddy. And you just
Yeah.
hear this man, he's like, and that's why I have people that love me. And you can tell, oh shit,
He's not okay.
he's not okay.
Yeah.
He's white knuckling life. He's white. I mean, we're all white knuckling life, but he's white knuckling today. And the thing that brought him home today was his daughter waiting on him.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many that are just so lost, and they don't need to be. It's okay, you know. And that's again where I come to the spiritual. Like I've got to weirdly move from that to the time travel and the craziness. Is I think that they would love for us to believe all that, as opposed to that the spiritual is real, because real magic is when you ask for forgiveness for someone and you feel the light burden from your heart, even though you shouldn't have asked them for forgiveness. Maybe they should have asked you for forgiveness, but by you asking someone who's wronged you for forgiveness, you truly let it go. That's not even on you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I did that with someone, and I watched tears well up in their eyes. And then, believe me, they were 100% like, I was the victim here. But I've been holding on to it for a while, and I've been like, well, I'm going to be better, and I'm going to let it go. But I had never really let it go. And I was like, you know what? I told him, I was like, hey man, I don't know what happened to our friendship. I don't know where things went sideways. Whatever my part is in that, I don't even understand it, but I'm sorry. I just need you to know that. And I did it privately, and make a scene out of it. And I could see something in that guy break. Like this had been bothering him for a long time. But it healed something in me. Like I don't know that he's ever been better. I doubt he is. But it healed in me. And that I didn't realize I was carrying something that heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the change in your heart. You can feel the change. It's not even it's like, well, how can you measure? I don't need to. I know. Like I know. And at this point in my life, I'm not going to be convinced by someone's, well, the argument of measurement, and you're just psychological. Yeah. It's fuck off, man. Like if you've ever seen a child born, you know that God is real and miracles happen. That's an unbelievable thing. Right.
Yeah.
Let alone everything else we go through in life. I think maybe one of the greatest sins in life is just thinking everything is normal and mundane, instead of taking a second to kick back and say, wow, this is pretty amazing. What am I getting worked up over? This is all bullshit. Like this is all.
I'm gonna just go back to my garden.
I'm gonna go get barefoot and go back to my garden.
Go stick my hands in the dirt.
Yep. I'm gonna go see my buddies, and hopefully we won't do anything too stupid that gets ourselves hurt. Speaking of Red Rover, I like to say I had a maturity moment. This last freeze and ice, my buddies, we had sleds out with our kids, and the kids went home, and me and a couple of my buddies. So that hill right by my house that goes way down, like on the steep side to the river.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're like, dude, we should sled that. We're like, oh, it's gonna be great. And I put the sled down, and it wanted to immediately go, and I had to catch it with my foot. And I was like, ooh. And I was like, and a whole thing flashed like, I'm going to the hospital. And it's going to take a while because they can't get here because
So you're calling it maturity, but really it was fear.
No, it was maturity, because I realized I shouldn't be tying up medical services when other people could really need them. I didn't have to go to the hospital. I can just walk back in my house.
I think it's called fear. I think you buck. I think you chickened out of that one.
No, there was no way. It's like 2,000 feet to the bottom. It's
dead ass. If I was there with you, you would have been dead ass. If I was there, you would have been telling me to do it.
I would have let you go first.
Yeah, you would have pushed me down first. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I want you to get the speed, or I would have gone down it with you, so we both got hurt together.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
Yeah. But the thing is, that goes down to the next street, so that's flat, and then it goes down another sharp hill to the street, and then another sharp hill, and then it goes flat, and then it's grass and river.
So nobody did it, right?
No, I don't think anyone's ever done it.
If you weren't going to do it, then your buddies weren't going to do it.
Oh no, it was definitely my idea. It was 100%.
Look, what a shocker! Yeah, because I've been there with you, and I've walked around all that park, and I've seen those hills, and you'd be like, Go over here, sister. Look, try it over here, sister.
I've done all those spots at the park.
Mm.
I've done all of them.
That was a lot of fun.
You know, the one I want to do that I've never done because I can't get up there is, well, at least when it's icy enough to go sledding. You know, the Hilltop Cemetery
Yeah,
where you can see the town, that hill that goes straight down by it. I'd love to sled that.
that's insane.
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
That's
But
insane.
it really stops flat. Like, it's not gradual. It's like you're hitting a ditch at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah. You probably should not do that.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I mean, I want to. I'm 100%, and you know this. I'm 100%. If I look at the edge of the bridge, there's like more than one voice in the back of my head. Jump.
Yes, I understand very well, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not immortal. I'm figuring that out. And I was proud. I even told my wife about that. And she was like, "You're gonna do what?" And I'm like, "I didn't." Like, obviously, like I'm gonna tie up medical services. I realize I'm not getting out of that unhurt. Like I'm definitely getting messed up.
You are needed at home. Like your household would not be okay if you were taken
Yeah.
out for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm well insured, but I've never broken a bone.
I
I've
haven't
had
either.
yeah. I've had pieces of my bone like that dimple. That's a piece of the bone that got broke off.
Like a fracture.
Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
but it didn't like break my orbital socket. It just like chipped it and
Yeah.
lacerated the muscle in such a way that it gave me a dimple.
Huh.
Yeah. But I've cracked things and been like, "Oh my god." And they're like, you might have a cracked rib, but you're all right. You know, don't laugh. Don't breathe. Don't But it's not
Yep.
broken. No.
Yeah, look at us.
Even the childhood
Strong
stuff.
bones.
Well, you know what they say about people with strong bones, right? Who never break a bone.
What? What?
If you never break a physical bone, that means it's because you carry emotional weight and you get emotionally broken regularly. Like if you don't break physically, you break emotionally.
Oh,
So
that
like
fucking adds up, dude.
the spiritual and emotional burdens you carry are greater.
All right.
Yeah, you're
Well,
not physically fragile. You're built to endure. So endure.
do have very strong endurance. Yeah. That
Nah, I
actually
do
fits.
until I snap.
You were such an emotional kid.
There you go. And look what I turned into. It's crazy.
An emotional adult?
Not that emotional. I am now, though. I'll be honest. I am now. After my whole mental breakdown thing, I am now. I cry at a lot of
You're
stuff. I don't even
softer.
cry's not even it. Weep, I think, is the appropriate term. I weep at things. I watched the TV show The Chosen. I weep multiple times during that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with feeling things. I did for a long time, but
I did too.
I
No, I
really
did.
don't. I think it makes us maybe more human than a lot of the rest of us.
I think it's just complete. I think something in my brain just short circuited for a long time. Just, fight or
Well,
flight. Fight or flight.
You're in
Just
survival mode you had a rough childhood, and that's how you learn to survive.
an easy life for a while. And now that I'm in an easy life, I don't know what to do. And I'm learning what to do. And I'm
Don't worry.
actively
Your kids are all gonna be teenagers soon. Life won't be easy.
they're a different breed. They're all wanting to so I got 2 of them wanting to start their own little businesses.
That's great. That's actually
Yeah.
really amazing.
Yeah.
It's because you've allowed them to do the lemonade stands and stuff like that. It's the
Whatever. Yeah, and
yeah.
encourage that,
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I've told them the hot dog cart's coming.
That's fun.
Oh, there's a lot of paperwork involved, man.
Really? In a food cart?
Yes. Yes.
Makes
Oh my
sense.
god, yes. So we have to find a commercial kitchen to partner with. That's where this goes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because my brother-in-law is doing, like, a golden creamery. It's like he's built, like, an ice cream truck for, events for weddings and stuff,
Mhm.
and he partnered with an ice cream place in town, and I didn't understand that, like, why that makes sense. He
Gotta
had
have
to
it.
get the license.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
pay them so much, or you have to have your own commercial kitchen so you can how you gonna dispose of the
Oh.
hot dog water, where you gonna store your food stuff. So they have commissaries, these commercial commissaries that start up, which I actually think is a good business in and of itself. Where they have it's just a huge commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
ready for wherever you want, and you store your stuff there. But to have a partnership, so you pay them a couple $100 a month ish. But part of the deal is you have to buy your supplies through them. Well, I don't want to do that. But
Uh,
we know plenty of the restaurants and stuff down here. So when the kids are a little older, because now that I understand it's a little bit more of like the hot dog cart's only a couple grand. That's not a big deal. Like
mhm.
we could be out doing this now. But the paperwork, the tax, like all that health inspection, and so that's a different level of and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it for a weekend kind of bullshit thing. So I'm
Yeah.
waiting until they get a little bit older. And right now we're working on them. We actually bought them a fake money cash register system, and we printed off and laminated all these hot dogs, Cokes, chips, and we have set different prices. So they have to do the mental math quick.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I want 4 hot dogs, 3 Cokes, 2 bags of chips. I give you a 20, and what's my change?
Yep. That's
Yeah.
great.
Well, you don't have time to go, "Well, what's my
Um,
change?"
back that up. You just said 4 hot dogs, 3 Cokes, and a bag of chips. 20 ain't enough, bud.
It is for
You're short.
it is for right now, for these kiddos. Uh, but that's the other thing. Like we've trying to inspire them right now. My oldest son wants to get a 3D printer because he wants to make and 3D print different toys to try and sell on Etsy or
I
online.
think yeah, yeah. I think
Everybody's
Tucker
doing
has
it.
interested yeah, yeah, I got
Yeah.
between Tucker and my grandsons, somebody's gonna be getting a 3D printer around here soon too, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that just so he can play with it, and that's really what it is. Like there's so many people, and that's
Mhm.
something I think is important for him to learn about competition.
Mhm.
Bottlenecks. What's your
Mhm.
barriers to entry? Everybody's doing it. Okay, you got to do something else.
You seen the kid who, does 3D printing? His parents posted on social media platforms for him or whatever, it's pretty
Mhm.
wholesome. He did a basketball, and it went
That's
viral,
cool.
and it is the coolest. I'm all about, like, "Dude, we gotta get one that can do a basketball. Whatever 3D printer we gotta get has to be big enough to do a basketball because it is I'm intrigued now,
I'm trying to convince myself that I don't need one that 3D prints metal.
although that sounds right up your alley.
It's 10 grand starting. Not to mention the material reels are pretty expensive.
You're gonna 3D print some pew-pews, aren't you?
You can do that at a resin, carbon resin with yeah, carbon fiber. It's nylon and carbon fiber.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Of course. Why wouldn't I? It's a class 1 firearm. As my American right to make my own firearms. Why wouldn't you?
Where did, I don't know that everybody knows, but, like, when did you learn how to do all that kinda stuff with firearms?
What kind of stuff? Like the reload or just
Like yeah, everything.
reloading stuff I learned with Gary, my stepfather.